After what was an incredible episode of The Bash, we now return to the Ultimate Universe mode, heading into July and Night of Champions. Interesting. Tag ladder match, okay. Why is the main event Matt Hardy versus William Regal? I guess Edge got the night off, and so did Triple H, and who else? Shawn Michaels, Sheamus, well, Sheamus is in the first one. Orton, Batista, Kane, they all got the night off. Drew, even. Yeah, who needs any of that? I guess Punk is in the tag match. Who needs any of them, though? Just make Matt Hardy and William Regal main event Raw. We welcome you live to the Raw After the Bash, and Dolph Ziggler is in another submission match. I feel like the Raw General Manager does this on purpose. That's my theory. But Dolph Ziggler is going to fight everybody's favorite man, Sheamus. Now, Sheamus has been chasing after Edge for so long now. But there's one problem, and it's that Edge hasn't fought him once. Sheamus has attacked Edge at least twice, and what has Sheamus gotten in return? Absolutely nothing. I think it's starting to make Sheamus mad. All of his anger about his missed opportunities might come out against Dolph Ziggler tonight. But you never know with Sheamus. The Celtic Warrior will never suffice, especially with that new green attire he showcased at the Bash. There is a very good chance that this man could do just about anything, including lose this match, because it is a submission match, and he doesn't do submissions, so it wouldn't be too shocking. And Dolph Ziggler, oh, but Sheamus immediately knocks him down. What a great start for Sheamus. I'm sure this won't end well for him at all, considering the circumstances of the match. We've done this song and dance before. This does seem like Dolph's match to win, if I'm going to be completely honest, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Sheamus can fight against the odds, right? The rush doesn't work. German suplex. Dolph studies. He wants to get that US title back from Drew McIntyre. He's studying the craft, making sure that he can fight the good fight against anyone that dare opposes his path against Drew. Speaking of which, we figured out last night that Drew is actually the current #1 contender to fight Edge at Night of Champions. And of course, the Raw General Manager has already stated that his world title match is going to be a championship scramble, and Smackdown in response has done the same, so that doesn't really mean anything. It's kind of like how the Money in the Bank match always manages to include the US or IC champ, one of the two, and then they don't defend the title at Mania, and it feels like a waste of time, especially because they never win it. But Dolph and Sheamus are having a surprising back and forth here tonight. I would have never expected these two to go back and forth like this. Is it pandemonium? No, not really. We'll save that for the tag ladder match tonight, but it is definitely more than I was expecting out of these two. And you gotta give it to him. It's pretty rare to be in the opener. It's rare to open the show on Monday Night Raw. You gotta make the most of your time or you fall flat. And Sheamus, well, Sheamus, he doesn't want to fall flat. Dolph bounced the ropes? What the fuck? Sheamus slamming Drew's. Dolph's head into the mat as per usual, and Dolph Ziggler is realizing that it's gonna take a lot more to take down this warrior. Unless he just stands there and does absolutely nothing. Sheamus just keeps going for that little attack. I don't even know what to call it. It's basically just the equivalent of smacking someone in the face. That's all it is. You cuff both hands and then you just play a wallop sound effect from the 60s. Dropkick finally lands. Dolph is going to use both tables now. He really wants to put Sheamus through this table. And he doesn't. Maybe it's just a device of frustrated relief. Especially because Sheamus keeps doing the same goddamn move. Oh, he saw that come. Sheamus turning Dolph around. Dolph does not get caught in the crossfire. And wait, just a knee straight through the table and it completely collapsed. Can we see another table break? Nope. Dolph heads back into the ring, and he's telling Sheamus to look him in the eyes. He's just sitting there doing nothing. He's back in the ring, famous, sir! And now Dolph setting up for the snapmare, and it is successful. Now it's all about getting Sheamus to get up and poke to the eye. Turn the tide, Sheamus. Turn the what? What? And wait, sleeper hold locked in by Dolph Ziggler. Will Sheamus tap out? No! Dolph is gonna have to do even more to Sheamus. He's nowhere near finished. Sending him back to the outside. Dolph's going up to the top rope and a moonsault through the table and it actually connects. But Sheamus is immediately back up as the fans tell him that he sucks. And they don't stop. Sheamus sent finally into the... That's not into the post. That's an elbow to the head instead. Sheamus gets up from Dolph Ziggler's attempt to set up the snapmare. And that's a back down. But wait, he's not done. Clothesline. That's a finish. Wade Barrett? The fuck? And that's a zigzag straight to Sheamus. I think Dolph. And now he's gotta go around and take care of this member of the UK. We've never seen Wade Barrett help out a fellow member of the UK before. Is he finally playing ball? And now just taking him down, but Sheamus coming back out to assist his friend. But a famouser on the outside puts an end to that idea. I think Wade's out of here. I think that was enough for Wade. What a bitch. He didn't even get hit with anything major. He just got his shit rocked so fast that he gave up. Now Dolph hammering away at Sheamus, but it backfires. And why? And now again, we see Dolph Ziggler set up for the snapmare. Does he know any other moves? And again, I'm getting deja vu here. Another poke to the eye by Sheamus. But he did nothing. Not in the ropes. He's not anywhere. This could be it for Sheamus. It's not. Dolph is willing to try anything new to get Sheamus to just go away. And that's an elbow. That didn't really work. Okay. What's he gonna try next? That's another elbow. Okay. Maybe try something else, Dolph. And he did, but it backfired, of course. Setting up for that world famous snapmare. Why? I get targeting the head. Your sleeper goes after that directly, but you can do more than put people in a sleeper hold, man. There are more to life than just the sleeper hold. Sheamus isn't gonna fade though, of course not. He's just gonna sit there. And Dolph, wait a minute, the armbar locked into the ropes, but Dolph is just gonna hold it, but Sheamus gets out of it almost immediately.
I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end.
And there's a submission match now, and Sheamus wins by DQ. Man, if only this game's submission system was any better. Are they enemies now? They're enemies. This moves Sheamus up, this moved Dolph down a lot. That's about it. Let's move on. Another week and yet another match between MVP and Chad Gaspard. Yeah. How many times has this been? It happens so often. MVP and Chad Gaspard at this point are like family. Not because they're any good or anything. They're not on good terms, but they fight so often that they are the equivalent of a family feud. This battle won't end until MVP and Shad can finally let it rest. But Shad never rests. There ain't no rest for the wicked, and Shad, ever since the JTG betrayal, is pretty damn wicked. Outside of the fact that he lost to Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules, which is somehow Drew's only one-on-one title match so far, especially considering the fact that there's gonna be a championship scramble at Night of Champions for the title. And Shad is immediately in this one. What's with the turquoise? Wait, I just saw that. What's with the fucking turquoise? The fuck? I feel like at this point, these two have fought so many times. If you kept up with the series, you know what I'm gonna say. So what do I say? Is there anything new to say? Is there anything new to talk about? Is this the part where I talk about the Bash? I guess it is. The Bash, pretty good pay-per-view, honestly. I think it was weaker than Extreme Rules, though, slightly, but pretty good pay-per-view. I like my commentary better on Smackdown. I want my commentary to be better, but I don't think I can lock in every time like I did on Smackdown, especially when they're giving me matches like MVP versus Chad Gaspard for, I'm not joking, probably the 5th time. And that's if we're only counting 1v1s, because they had a fucking triple threat with like Cody or some shit. And now we're back in the ring, 6 count, no 6. MVP just cannot get away from Chad Gaspard, both in terms of constantly getting put in the same matches and getting away from him in the ring. No matter what happens, Shad will always be there to follow him into the deepest, darkest depths, but MVP is learning. He's assessing his moves. He can read him like a book now, but even I can't read why the game does that every time I turn them into the turnbuckle. Another massive elbow drop. Shad'll just keep throwing him out, won't he? Not until MVP is officially vanquished that Shad will stop his conquest against him. And that's sky high! And Mark Henry is back out here. And the slam down. But Shad now has to go and deal with Mark Henry. He didn't notice in time that the world's strongest man was out to help his friend. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Power slam by Mark Henry. This is the exact same thing that got Cody Rhodes defeated. If Shad isn't careful, Mark Henry could end up doing the same thing. But Mark Henry's done. It went much better better for Shad than it did. Wait, MVP with a belly-to-belly off the top rope. Seeing shades of that Superstars match in this one, MVP has learned a strategy to keep his enemies down and his stocks up. Mark Henry may become the most valuable player. He seems to be doing the heavy lifting in this scheme. And a German suplex by MVP. There's no math I can tell you that could let you see what MVP is gonna do. Okay, that was kind of cheesy. Ah! I am off my rocker. I have been editing Intrusive Thoughts extensively. I'm literally doing this as I'm uploading the video, so I am in no good mental state for this video. But hey, isn't that what makes it fun? And Shad Gaspard, money, yeah. Taking down MVP with the one thing that gets you MVPs. Having money. And MVP is now out of this match, and he is done for. One-on-one competition proves that MVP cannot stand to Shad. Even with Mark Henry on his corner, MVP will not be defeating this man tonight. Maybe MVP was off his game. Maybe we'll come back in a few weeks and he'll be back fighting Shad proper. I don't know. We'll see. That puts Shad up, and that's it. That's all it did. Anyways, here's a tag ladder match from out of nowhere. We welcome you to a tag ladder match. The Hart Dynasty faces the Straight Edge Society in a ladder match. Now, getting an opportunity against the tag titles on Raw is nothing new under normal circumstances. But knowing CM Punk and Luke Gallows, it's not gonna be normal. And there's one thing that I've actually noticed, it's that CM Punk isn't wearing the mask. I think now that he's the tag champ, he's actually just straight up taking to it that he reps the Straight Edge Society well and proper, and that's a GTS to Tyson Kidd. I think CM Punk's gonna go straight for the ladder, but Luke Gallows is not in a good spot right now against David Hart Smith. And Tyson Kidd's already back up. The writing for him is on the wall. Oh God, he landed on Luke Gallows! But he saved Luke Gallows from getting steel stepped, so maybe it's alright. David Hart's going after it. He's just... CM Punk doesn't see it. Primo? What is Primo doing here? Wait, he's after the Hart Foundation. Primo never forgets. Oh wait, why did they say they're the tag champs? They lost to the Puerto Rican Pridefuls at the Bash. You fucking nerd. CM Punk thought they were after them. They're not. Last night's match would have had you believe otherwise. But no, CM Punk. Primo's keeping Tyson busy. CM Punk set up the ladder wrong too, so that's a good thing. Picking it up, and they're all after him. But CM Punk is just gonna keep going with the ladder. Wait, CM Punk, he takes down Tyson Kidd. Leaving in the Primo, just going after David Hart instead. Backstabber straight to Tyson Kidd. He's taking 2 finishes here. Wait, holy shit. Is he gonna backstabber David Hart too? Wait, Luke Gallows got the briefcase! Primo helped them win! Shout out to Primo for being an incredible asset to the Straight Edge Society for that match. This may be a new tag alliance that we will see for decades to come. The Puerto Rican Pridefuls and the Straight Edge Society have a common enemy in the Hart Foundation. Which, by the way, I don't think David and Tyson being the tag team's a good idea, man. That's my opinion. I think you need to swap them out. And Luke Gallows just got a worse opinion with the Hart Foundation. Nothing happened, though, outside of that. So, anyways, here's Matt Hardy versus William Regal. And in our shocking main event tonight, Matt Hardy faces William Regal. This feels like a match that was added last week. Is this a dark match? Is this episode of Raw Week 3? Wait a minute! I was looking away. I was looking at the representative. William Regal just attacked Matt Hardy. Why? But Matt Hardy, of course, wearing a new blue design. That's fucking clean.
This motherfucker's clean.
I think he made certain parts of it orange. Honestly, the orange kind of works. Not gonna lie, I didn't put the orange on there myself, but it kind of works. I might add that back in, because that's actually pretty dope. Matt and William Regal are taking this one to each other. Clearly, these two have had issues that we didn't know about, because they never got the spotlight, and tonight is the night for them to figure that shit out. Body slam on the stairs? I mean, his leg hit the step, but not really anything else. But William Regal isn't going to let Matt Hardy walk all over him. And Matt Hardy isn't going to let William Regal walk all over him. But William Regal isn't going to let Matt walk all over him. But Matt is going to walk all over William Regal. There's a lot of walking and failing to walk. How are you guys so bad at walking? And Matt Hardy picking up William Regal. And that's a Samoan drop into the steps completely made the stairs go sideways? What are the steps doing? Technically, the match hasn't started yet. These two are just brawling on the outside. William Regal trying to put a stop to it, maybe, but it's unsuccessful. Back grind again for some... No. No step action for Matt and William. Especially with William slowly but surely taking this match away from the steel. But Matt's throwing it back up the ramp instead, right onto the steel. We're in some non-plated areas, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, back bump directly onto steel. That's gotta hurt. And face first! He's not moving. Okay, well, he is moving, but he's like barely moving. I wouldn't have been shocked if Matt just left right then and there. Back bump! Jesus! There is brutality on display. Not more brutal than any Iron Man match in the last few months, but definitely some level of brutality being shown off here. What the fuck was that? That is just... Okay, William Regal and Matt, like, try to fuck each other. Matt's back in the ring. William gets back in the ring, too, and the match is officially started. After, like, a solid 2 minutes of doing absolutely jack fucking shit, William Regal has gotten Matt in the ring, and that's it's fucking Wade Barrett again! No twist of fate for William Regal, but Wade's giving it a second shot. And wait, Matt Hardy with a twist of fate to fucking Wade Barrett! And I think Matt ran over them to tell him that he doesn't do anything. That's why Wade doesn't try. He's not good at it. I would be shocked if Wade Barrett tried to do anything after that. He's gonna be out for a minute. The United Kingdom cannot protect any of its members. It makes them all look worse in comparison. To be fair though, I think this is actually William Regal's like first or second match in this entire year. You gotta give him some level of benefit of the doubt. No twist of fate for Matt Hardy. Uppercut by William Regal. Catches the leg. Hits him with a good old-fashioned twist of fate. And Matt Hardy putting it into perfect position to not get the ropes caught. That is a 3-count fall. Matt Hardy. But that's the end of Raw. William refused to shake Matt's hand. That's pretty much all that happened. Hey, we got a rematch of Druid versus Mike Knox. What do you know? Oh! I put 2 and 2 together there. I was like, man, this card sucks. And then I realized I got one good match. David versus Jake. David finally gets his get back on Roberts. We welcome you live to Superstars. And we're finally getting the long-awaited rematch. Is it a rematch? I want to know. I haven't updated the sheet. But it's Jake the Snake Roberts versus David Otunga. And wow, I just have to say, what a shock. I've even said it before. David seemed a little lost. He wasn't getting any opportunities against those that have won them. The Rock had moved on to Smackdown. And now Jake is fighting him tonight? The story. Let's finish it. Half finish it. Quarter finish it. The Nexus Dream. In his time of need, he got no help. Not from Wade. Not from Jake. Not from The Rock. Tonight, he gets revenge on a third of the people that have wronged him. Wade Barrett on Raw is even trying to be a more reactive member of the United Kingdom. He invaded 2 matches. He tried to help Sheamus, who ended up winning by DQ. Gives me time to grab a drink. I don't give a shit. Nobody gives a fuck. And what even David Otunga with an attack to Jake the Snake? Will this attack fuel the flame within David, or will it just pad out his victory pattern? David may have just gotten revenge against Jake the Snake, but is it really if you just attacked him? I don't get it. I don't think that's a good deal. You beat him in the most cheap way possible, man. Good job. Fuck is wrong with you? And you hit the floor and you stumble to get up like you did something. You did nothing. You're a fucking loser. Well, that's one way to make them enemier. And somehow Big Show is still in the IC title scene. Dude, put David in the IC title scene. Fuck. God. And Michelle McCool attacks Nikki Bella. Wow. And are we gonna see the same thing back to back? This might be the shortest episode of Superstars on the record. Michelle McCool, yep, that's a knee to the gut. Setting up Nikki perfectly for the go to bed. The ref? I don't know why I call it the go to bed, but whatever. It's a fucking faith breaker, right? Yeah, faith breaker. Because she's like Christian or whatever. And Michelle McCool defeats Nikki again. Cheap methods as well. Fucking monster heel. Look at that little monster heel. It's just so good to see the same person do the same thing every single goddamn time. And for it to not matter because, wow. Anyways, here's Druid versus Mike Knox. And in our shockingly quick main event, seriously, in real time, it's only been 40 minutes. Technically less. We have the Druid versus Mike Knox. And this has happened before. I think this actually happened on the first episode of Superstars, and Druid got his ass walloped. But tonight, both men have agreed to do it again with the condition that they get a person in their corner to help them. Druid got Lex Luger. He seems to just be a goon for hire at this point. Narcissism may also include greed. If it helps you, to, why not do it? But Druid is probably not gonna win. I'm gonna be for real. Lex Luger doesn't exactly have the best win streak either. I do like how he is just staring at Druid all the way down the ramp, knowing that he's gonna take 45 fucking years to get here, though. And then there's Mike Knox, everybody's favorite man, and he has accompanied himself with Justin Gabriel. Wow. You know that guy that's not a part of the Nexus? Hey, who knows, man? Maybe we'll see Justin Gabriel and Mike Knox win the tag titles. You never fucking know. And Mike Knox with a crazy crossbody. Lex looked away for 2 seconds and he's already on the ground. I'd be pissed too. Druid now turning the tables back on Mike Knox, but I don't think it's early enough for Mike to be low enough for you to just like strike him to death. You're gonna have to do more than that. Elbow to the face. Mike Knox helps you out with a massive fall away slam. Jesus. Thought only Vance Archer was capable of throwing people that high into the air. And Mike Knox versus the Druid. Druid got distracted by everybody's favorite man, Justin Gabriel, and he didn't do anything about Mike Knox. He is not an experienced or skilled wrestler. I think that's his problem. If he had experience, if he had skills, he would be the best in the game, maybe. And he doesn't even show his face, but instead, he just sits there and why do so many people today have that elbow drop? I feel like less people should have that. It started with Dolph, it was on Chad, now it's on Mike Knox. Like, why so much? And a big boot misses 3 times in a row. I was trying to get it to see if I could get to the lineup. Punch to the face and a big boot finally connecting. And Mike Knox hitting that. I don't know what the move is called if it's not an Sister Abigail. And Lex Luger's on the ropes. Good time to open and drink my Sprite. And Lex Luger has been ejected from the arena. This means Mike Knox has officially won the match because there's no one to save Druid's ass. I mean, he was out for a good minute, but even laying there for a minute can't save you from the ref starting a kin count suddenly. And Justin may not have done anything in this match, but Ted and Primo have formed from this. There's a chance that Mike and Justin get a little get back. We do need tag teams. Please make this a tag team. I'm genuinely interested to see if we can get a new Nexus going this soon. Well, at least Druid and Justin Gabriel are enemies. That gives Justin something to do. Let's move on to Smackdown. Ooh. The UK is everywhere. Holy shit. What? What's going on? Genuinely confused. What? Why? Smackdown based? Smackdown put on a show. What is this? We are live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We haven't left that state. And Chris Jericho, after suffering the most humiliating defeat back to back, 2 Iron Man matches where he got his ass kicked, Jericho is left to Christian to clean up. If Chris Jericho wins this match, I would be the most shocked man ever. He is not at 100%. This man should be in a fucking arm cast. He should have like 4 million injuries. He shouldn't be here tonight. He should be here for the next 3 months. Anyone going through what Jericho did is gonna leave them with permanent back pain. At least. And Christian's just happy to be getting a match against Jericho again. He says that like the last one was fun, so he wants another one. Good on him. Jericho immediately, what the? Okay, Christian immediately called him lacking, but Jericho, he's not in the mood today. He's just gonna hit a moonsault. Okay, nothing that Jericho is doing seems to be working, but Christian being a stupid idiot will help. I thought he was going to go for the kill switch. I'm not even gonna lie. Kick to the back by Christian. Knee to the back by Christian. A lot of back-focused offense by Christian. And again, as Jericho got it, I guess that's what back-focused. I mean, to be fair, going out of the torso is the easiest thing to do. So saying that is like back-focused offense is kind of like saying, wow, they're fighting, guys. Suplex by Jericho, and Jericho goes up to the top rope. But Christian isn't fast enough, and that's a massive drop kick. And why not hit a lion salt in the process? It's only natural for Jericho to want to do that. Throwing them back to the good old days when they were a tag team or whenever they weren't fighting each other or something like that. You know, Jericho's definition of the good old days may be different from you and I's definition of the good old days, but that's a roll-up. Does this match end right here? No, a very fast 2 kick out. Usually when we get a 2 count, it's like 2.5, 2.75. Even on occasion, we get a 2.99. Not just a straight up 2 kick out. Christian might be more resilient tonight than usual. But his resilience is being tested against the might of the walls of Jericho. Will Jericho tap out Christian? You gotta let go of hold for just a second, but he tapped out anyways? Wow, okay, say less. Chris Jericho Jericho didn't even need to put it on the code breaker. There's no code to be broken against Christian. Chris Jericho just beat Christian's ass. Okay. Will this start a comeback for Jericho? Or will this start another downhill fall? He's climbing his way back up, but does that mean that he'll be able to get there fully when he inevitably almost reaches the top? But that didn't do anything for anybody. So let's just move on to our tag tables match. And tonight we enter a tag tables match. Evan, whoa, hold on. That attire's clean. What the fuck? Evan, who the hell is in your fucking marketing department? Why do you keep getting the best attires? The only problem I see is that the blue's a little too bright. But other than that, yeah, you're golden. You're a golden goose, man. Good job. It's a good attire choice. Let's see if Kofi changed this. Kofi Kingston, will he have changed his attire? No, it's probably a contractual obligation. He's still sponsored by the Germans. And honestly, if he is under contractual obligations, when do they expire? That's my question. I was gonna end the sequence anyways, you fuck. And of course, the United... What the fuck? And of course, the United Kingdom, for the first time in recorded history, is actually having a tag match. Holy shit. I can't believe it. The United Kingdom is working together. It's not just a collection of people from the UK fighting for the UK. No, they're actually working together. They're gonna go out to the tag titles. Holy shit, I didn't know that was a thing. And Wade Barrett and oh my god. And Wade Barrett is immediately going after Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. There's no fair shortage of beef between these four. I think most of these people were on ECW back when that was a thing, except for Wade Barrett. And Wade Barrett has beef with anyone that isn't in his current faction dynamic. So, but these two have had very successful stipulation tag matches before. So I imagine that they will be in similar spots here, especially because they're teaming up on one of the guys. Kofi's got him down. Evan Bourne is down. And Kofi's back. Okay, Kofi's down. Never mind. And now I think Wade Barrett is going to use this as an excuse to get the tables, so to speak. And, oh, what? Setting up a, that's a sledgehammer. Evan Bourne is a, ooh, set up perfectly to go and, oh, go give Wade Barrett a run for his money. William Regal just using that sledgehammer on anyone in his range of motion. Wait, that's a, ooh. Now it's Wade Barrett's turn with the sledgehammer. Okay, never mind. He just wanted to use it once. He just wanted to get a feel for how it felt to use a sledgehammer. He didn't actually want to use it. And it's a big ass boot. And that's a Hurricane Rana, not into the table though. What the fuck? What the fuck? Let me use my move, William. You bastard. And that's a... This motherfucker. I ain't getting shit. And now you want to go after my guy. William, you are a horrible tag team partner. I'm so glad that I forgot about your tag team with Ezekiel Jackson in SVR. And that's another... Oh. And that's another... Let me hit the big boot. And William Regal taking the table off, trying to smack Kofi with it instead of being a normal goddamn Okay. I guess we gotta set the table back up, because William is fucking awful. Big! It's never any better. Okay, that was just straight up mess. Big boot! Let's go! Oh, this game is awesome. Please let me hit the wasteland. Please let me. No. I am deleting this game from my hard drive. Wait, hold on. He cooks. He did the fucking Miz thing. Evan picked up my table. You know what? We're gonna try it the old-fashioned way. Never fucking ×2. There's a... Hold on, wait, guys. There's a second table. Wait, Kofi, midsection kick into the table. But William saves my ass despite me big booting him in the face earlier. Maybe William is a good partner. You know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. Maybe you have some good quality traits. Hurricane Rana, Kofi gets thrown into the table. I think he was going for the corner. William Regal just fucking stared at him and did nothing about the situation at hand. Because why would he ever? Wait, body slam onto the table. Ooh, big. Wait, why? Big boot. Okay, that wasn't factored. Big boot. Big boot. Yeah. I can't tell if it failed or not because the game is too focused on William Regal. Oh, holy shit. I can't. It's not a D-throw move. Why is it not a D-throw move? Why? Wee! Double axe handle, double axe handle, brass knuckles straight to Evan Bourne. And a Harlem sidekick to Wade Barrett. But I said Wade Regal. That's a crazy PVZ fusion. And now Wade, crippled and alone, has to set the table back up and figure out a good way to get... You fucking suck. Alright, take 2. Okay. Game? Okay, hold on. He set everything... That's a bug. He set everything up. And then he decided that attacking them was the best policy. Evan actually grabs too fast for my brain to comprehend. He's like fucking the title defense Sandman fight in Punch-Out Week. Everyone's hitting each other with their own props in these matches. I guess I'm not alone. Huge, big... Okay, you know what? I actually don't care at this point. I got an idea. I've got... You are a sick, sadistic son of a bitch, Evan Bourne. The combo? Thank you for giving me the opportunity for at least... Hey! And that's a busted open Kofi Kingston. I busted him open and his blood is already on my chest. We've barely done anything. Come on. This guy sucks. You know what? Easy clap. Just do it on, okay, never mind. You lose a shit ton of momentum if you do it that way. All right, plan B it is. Wait, a knee, double knee. No, not the double knee. Nobody likes the double knee. It's bad. Oh, wait, William? Finish the story, William. Finish the story, William. Stop trying to punch the air. You stupid bitch. What? I didn't know you could do that. I should have assumed you should be able to, but I didn't know you could do that. William and Wade win against Airborne, baby. Let's go. Fans went above Evan Bourne because of that. Nothing else changed. Layla and Gail Kim. The Smackdown women's roster is getting a match tonight. Wow. And Layla still got the moves like Jagger, let me tell you. And Gail Kim has still got the fitness exercise. Nothing has changed about these women. I was about to say nothing well, but that's debatable. Very, very debatable. And Gail Kim, fitness, probably the most fit diva on the roster. And that's a good thing. Being fit's a good thing. And oh, wow. Layla picking up Gail Kim by the hair and just drop kicking her. Wow. Whoa, wow. And that's everything's going fast. Gail Kim is just really fast. Wow. I kind of expected Gail Kim to be a lot slower. I don't know why, but Jesus Christ. It's like the one thing she has is speed. That's a moonsault. And that's another moonsault straight to Layla, but the target is on their back, so there's no animation for it, and thus she doesn't hit the mark. Doesn't get all of it because this game didn't bother making 2 animations for every diving move. Even though they did, because diving moves on the ground have animations for being hit while the opponent is up. So what the fuck? I guess I should say that they didn't bother making a 3rd animation. Gail Kim kicks straight to the face, and will she finally hit that goddamn moonsault? Yes, she does! Both of these women are having a pretty... Okay, stop. Just stop. Layla! Stop! Girl! You're making me look bad on television! Okay, yeah, you're just making me look really bad on television. Okay, are you going to the business for yourself? Layla with a massive kick to the face! Beth Phoenix? What? And that's a massive neck breaker! By Layla! Beth on my side or hers? Beth is just telling somebody off, but she never gave any descriptive points, so now these two are just gonna fight like normal. I don't see a reason that Gail Kim would be the one that's a problem, so I guess we're just gonna see Gail Kim beat the shit out of Layla while Beth Phoenix watches? Because if Beth does anything else, she's gonna disqualify. But she's not making her intentions known. Wait a minute, Beth Phoenix is in the ring and she's attacking both women. I see. Uh-huh. What the fuck is wrong with you, Layla? Stop being a cocky bitch and start just being a normal bitch. Wait a minute, that's a roll up by Layla. And that's a wait. She reverses it. That might be it. That's not it. That's not it. I tell you, that's not it. And that's a win for Layla. Layla has beaten Gail Kim. Not with the fair share of interference, but hey, still beat her. Kim? Thank you, Kim. Get scared for a moment. But something happened. At least something is happening in the Smackdown Women's Division. I will say that. That didn't even move Layla up, though, so like, what the fuck? And now in our main event, we have another tables match. We welcome you to Triple Threat Tables main event with our World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker. And this man has, well, he's done something, all right. At the Bash, The Undertaker beat the shit out of Chris Jericho in a 15-man Iron Man match decided by the Big Show because Taker interfered in Big Show's Iron Man match against Chris Jericho. I know, it's weird. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why he'd ever do it. But hey, I'm not Taker. I wouldn't know. He fucking teleports into the ring, so anything goes with him. And then we have Ted DiBiase, and we know his weakness. Big Show already tested this theory months ago. This man is weak to table matches. If there's a table in sight, he's running away like a bitch. Tonight's not his night. He may be one half of the Unified Tag Champs, but Primo's working with the Strange Society now. Ted's got time to go off on his own and do his shit. Maybe this is all a plot. We never know. And then there's the Big Show, who's finally gonna be able to fight the Undertaker for interfering in his Iron Man match, I guess. Even though the Smackdown general manager already let Jericho suffer more. I guess that 15-minute Iron Man match was payback for Jericho. Now it's time for payback for Taker. I agree with this concept. Taker with a massive big whoa! Never mind. And Big Show is the threat. He has a fucking finisher? Are you serious? Ted's just walking into the Undertaker. Big Show looks to take advantage, and he did the chop! But Taker's using this as an opportunity to get the Big Show while he still can, because soon it'll be too late, and then Ted will go through the table. Oh, out of the ring, but clothesline by Ted! Maybe he's not weak to table matches. To be fair, he is fighting against two of the biggest superstars on Smackdown, so he better watch out. He better not cry. Now Taker and Big Show teaming up on Ted. They've seen how dominant this man has been lately. I just realized they put the goddamn steps in. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, what the fuck are the steps doing today? Oh, but Taker saw it coming. He waited for Big Show to make his move. Unfortunately, that move wasn't worth a lot. Choke slam by Taker. No. Ted gets out of it. But wait, choke slam by Taker and straight off the table! Previously crafted by Jericho? What the fuck? Jericho's getting revenge on Taker? Excuse me, why not the Big Show? He's the one that set you up for it. DDT on the table. Oh, but he doesn't even care. He's just gonna use the chair that he provided to go after Ted, who he can't get his eyes off of. Is he gonna put him through a table? Okay, I was gonna swear. Now Jericho's after Big Show too. Oh, but he doesn't forget. Is he's going for more? Taker almost set him up for more, but Jericho doesn't know when to quit. He wants to get somebody in this match. Wait a minute. Taker, wait, straight for it. Choke slam on the steps. Big Show's out of the ring. Jericho's done for. But wait, that's a power bomb. Last ride? No, face plant. Big Show is following. Ted's following Show. Taker's just telling both of them that they're dead. Taker now taking the sledgehammer, sticking it straight up Ted DiBiase's dick, and now sticking the same thing up Big Show's pelvis. Still trying to get Ted DiBiase to go down. That's a choke slam. Picks him up, throws him back into the ring. Wait just a damn minute. Big Show, he's just watching. He's not preventing it at all. That's a last ride through the table, and we are out on Smackdown. Big Show just watched that happen. I don't know why. He could have very easily stopped him from doing the powerbomb, but he just didn't. And now Taker has beaten Ted DiBiase. He shows the world once again that Ted is weak to tables, and that the Undertaker, he's a god among men. And all that did was nothing. Okay, well, that's it for this episode of Universe Mode. We'll see you next time.